I said 3 sentences to an AI and got a fully working EA with a complete backtest, and the whole thing took a few minutes. That used to take me anywhere from a day to a full week, depending on how complex the strategy was. This is literally the prompt I used. Create my indicator, backtest it, turn my indicator to an EA, and backtest it too. Compare the results of the EA with the indicator backtest, and report back. That's it. But to be able to do that, you need 2 things. Claude Code, which is an AI coding tool, and MBT, which is a backtesting toolkit or MCP I built specifically for it. Installing MBT is basically just giving Claude a link and telling it to install it. And I have a full step-by-step tutorial on installing both Claude Code and MBT, and you can find the link both on the screen and in the description. Now I want to show you the entire workflow from scratch so you can see how the whole thing actually works. I'm gonna build a fresh indicator and EA right now, and we'll go through every step together. Okay, let's ask Claude to come up with a simple strategy that we can later turn into an indicator. Build me a simple trading strategy that can be coded as an indicator. It should have a clear static entry and exit signals and a fixed risk to reward ratio. And just like that, we have a strategy now. Now before we touch any code, I want to do something that many people don't, and then they regret it. We're gonna ask Claude to turn these two into a proper spec first, basically a detailed blueprint that it'll build the indicator from. Because if you skip this step and just say build me an indicator, Claude will make assumptions, improvise things, and you end up with something that is different from what you had in your mind. So I'm gonna ask Claude for a spec. Good, now create a comprehensive specification for turning this into a trading indicator. We're building it exactly from the document, so make sure every single detail is in there. Entry logic, exit logic, parameters, everything. Look at how thorough this is. Every rule is spelled out, every condition, every parameter. This is what Claude is gonna build from. So there is no guessing and no missing pieces. Now Claude is gonna build the indicator. Build the indicator from the spec, compile it, and fix any errors until it's clean. Now here's where things used to be a pain in the neck. Without MBT, you'd have to open MetaEditor yourself, compile the code, copy whatever errors came up, paste them back to Claude, wait to fix, go back to MetaEditor, compile again, and depending on the indicator, you might be doing this back and forth for several times. But MBT has a compile tool built in, so it handles it all automatically. Claude writes the code, MBT compiles it. If there are errors, they come straight back to the Claude. It fixes them, compiles again, and keeps going until it's clean. You're just watching it happen. And now we have a working indicator on the chart. And we've generally said a few words, and now we get the indicator. This part alone used to take me a full day if I was doing it myself, sometimes 2-3 days, but now we have it in a few minutes. Now we're gonna backtest the indicator. So I'm gonna tell the Claude to backtest the indicator. Backtest the indicator on Euro USD 1 hour time frame for the past 3 years and give me the report. While this running, what's happening here is Claude is fetching real price data directly from my MT5, which means it's using my actual broker's price feed. That matters because later when we run the EA through MetaTrader's strategy tester, we can compare the two results and know for sure whether the EA is doing exactly what the indicator does. And there is a report, and you can open in your browser. Just right click and copy the path and open it in your browser. And you can see win rate, profit factor, max drawdown, liquidity curve, everything on the report here. This is our baseline, and this is what we are going to check the EA against. Now I'm gonna ask Claude to create an EA from the indicator. Now create an EA from this indicator, compile it, and fix any errors. Now we're gonna wait and see what happens. Same process as before. Claude writes it, MBT handles the compile loop, and we are end up with a clean expert advisor. We still haven't touched MetaTrader once, and we're not gonna do that. Everything is hands-free. We just explain to Claude what to do, and Claude does all those things. And now we have our EA. Look at the EA. It is done without any error. First compile and no error. And it's done in a few minutes, maybe a minute or so. Now we're gonna do something else. This is the step that actually matters, because an EA that doesn't trade the same way as the indicator is essentially broken. It might look fine sitting on a chart, but it's doing something different from what you've designed. So let's find out. Backtest the EA on the same EURUSD 1 hour data. Show me the results and tell me if there is any meaningful difference between this and the indicator backtest. And the Claude is gonna backtest using the MetaTrader strategy tester and see if there is any difference between this backtest and the backtest that it had done using the indicator. And here's the results. The results match. So there is no meaningful difference here, and everything is identical, which means the EA is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So the EA was made exactly according to our strategy and indicator. No difference here. And that's it. So that's the entire workflow. Strategy, spec, indicator, backtest, EA, all from one conversation without opening MetaEditor or the strategy tester a single time. If you want to go further and actually build something profitable, I have a full video on the 7-step process that I use for that, and it's linked below. And if you need to get MBT set up on your Claude Code first, the install tutorial is there too. By the way, don't forget to give a star to MBT repository if you liked it. Of course, you have to have a GitHub account, but if you do that, that means a lot to me. Also, I have 3 invite links to Claude Code that you can use Claude Code for a week for free. I'm gonna give it to 3 people who watched this video and comment below this video. I read all of them, and I'll see you in the next video.